Clap. Yes. Welcome to the Lord Petty Podcast. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you everything. If this is your first time here, this is the only podcast in the world where we love everybody and we make fun of everything equal. And if I can do that one thing before someday I walk my way on down to like a riverbank and croak from just probably doing some sort of illegal substance, then I'll be happy, because that is, everybody should be on a mission to leave a mark on the world in some way. And that is my mission, to just make it more of a socially acceptable thing. I don't like bullies, okay? I really don't like bullies. And I think the reason I am kind of the way I am is because people said some mean things to me growing up. But, you know, it made, without that, I wouldn't be here right now. So it made me, I remember this one chick on the school bus. She would just every day, I don't know why, she looked like a fucking pig. Every day she would just decide she was going to say something rude to me. And then I remember one day I just asked her, I said, hey, when you go to bed at night, do your parents leave your salt lick on? And if you know what a salt lick is, it's something you put around a cow's head, and it's like this salt thing that they lick, you know? It's like a treat. It's like catnip for a hef. And she never fucked with me again after that. And then I just felt my power. And then I just went on living life, talking shit. And it's a beautiful thing, you know? But I don't want anybody to get picked on in a mean way. What I want people to do is treat each other like family. And what does family do? Family rips on each other. And I know I talked about this on the last episode, but here's the thing. I can't get Apple to upload the goddamn episode. I don't know what the fuck is up with these people. The tech industry, dude. I'm so happy. I am so ecstatic that Big 45 is going after big tech. I mean, let's be honest. Big tech is awesome because it provides a space where you and I can be doing what we're doing right now, and anybody else, like some chick whose voice you've literally never heard and you don't even know her real name, who's like, thank you for my fans, is able to make money off clapping her butt cheeks because of Mark Zuckerberg. But also, there's people that have built followings and built businesses. And then Mark Zuckerberg decides, or not Mark Zuckerberg, like the 500 people that work in Silicon Valley, that when they go through San Francisco and there's a homeless guy just shitting in the street or vaccinating himself next to somebody's beetle, nobody gives a fuck. But then if they get on the internet and they say, oh, maybe that bitch out of the fish tank in Chicago who is so scared of white supremacy when meanwhile her whole town has turned into Chief Keef in 2012. The whole town has just turned into 300 and O Block. Well, I don't know about that. Actually, I heard Chicago's pretty dank and they got fire pizza, but I don't know. I've never been. I want to go flick the bean. Actually, you probably shouldn't be doing that during COVID times, even though I'm not doing COVID anymore. I haven't worn a mask and I don't even know how long. It's crazy because you still see them. Occasionally you'll just be going about your business and all of a sudden you look over and you'll still see somebody wearing a stupid mask, and sometimes you even see two, and they're never the same color. They're never the same color, dude. Oh, imagine like what goes through their head, you know? It's so funny to admit there's people that are so stupid still, where they still trust the mainstream media, you know, or anything you tell them, like, hey, you're paying about twice as much for a pound of beef. And they'll be like, well, at least there's not an insurrection. Meanwhile, like I said, guy vaccinating himself is walking down the street and shitting in the corner while the guy that lives in his mom's basement is going this way with a baseball bat and a Molotov cocktail, and he's going to go burn down a fucking Wendy's. What did Wendy ever do to you, Antifa, huh? What did anybody ever do to Antifa? Most of these motherfuckers are college students who their parents are small business owners paying for their education, and they're like, capitalism ruins everything. And then on the other hand, then they'll just be like, oh, you're uneducated. Oh, well, maybe people's parents weren't small business owners in a capitalist society and got very successful in a free market to send their child to college who they had high hopes for, who just eventually just turned into a big dumbass. Oh, I shouldn't be saying that on camera, huh? There's probably some Mark Zuckerberg's probably just like plugged into the whole system. He's like, he like, he feels people just talking shit. He is the internet. He's just a fucking internet cyborg gone wrong, you know? Somebody just think about it. If he would have gotten one piece of pussy in college, we wouldn't have Facebook. We would probably, you know how World War II escalated the Industrial Revolution way more. You know what I mean? We got like 60 years ahead in technology because everybody's just trying to figure out the quickest way to kill each other, whether it was jet engines or whatever the fuck. If some girl out there, some Harvard bit decided, you know what, I kind of like Mark. I kind of like how he's not human. He's very mysterious. Then we wouldn't have Facebook. And we would have just rocked with MySpace. We had everything we needed with MySpace. Tom was the shit. Tom and that forbidden chick. Remember the one that had the leaves in front of her titties? I think she passed away, actually. All right, dude, she was everybody's friend. She was, I wonder if she actually got, I mean, she was the first influencer. Damn. Forbidden. Damn, a lot of people got rich off MySpace. Macklemore got big off MySpace. And then he started making songs about, when I was in the third grade, I thought that I don't want to play with my Legos. I want to play with other little boys' buttholes. Shit, dude, it works. I should invite him over here to Ratchet Studios. This is where I've recorded many of my classics, like the motivational song Pussy Party. I've recorded it on this mic right here. And I recorded it in front of the Statue of Fertility. And the Statue of Fertility, that is a statue that my buddy Nate gave me, who is Native American. And he gave me that statue, and he told me that statue will keep me from knocking people up, which I don't know how much truth is in that because I've never really blown loads in front of him, but I haven't knocked anybody up either. Actually, I bought a Plan B this morning. That's ironic. I bought, so I was actually getting a hook to hang this painting behind me. And if you're listening to this, you can't see it. So go watch it on YouTube so I can get blocked there too. But I was buying a hook to hang this painting. And I had to buy a Plan B at the same time. The little Asian girl was like, what are you up to tonight? I was busting bricks, bitch. I was Shaq from the free throw last night, dude. I was bricking, bro. Sometimes you just gotta brick, you know? It sucks. Like, that's how... Think about the world population if people just didn't have to brick sometimes. How many babies are actually planned, you know? Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird if you think about it, because not a lot of people were planned, and population's already kind of really fucking out of control. Or is it? I don't know. When I was flying over Texas, I just saw all these patches of land. But the thing about that, you know what we should do? We should get a bunch of people and we should just like go settle something. You know what I mean? Because we should just get a bunch of white people. We should get a bunch of white people that are just sick of getting called racist and shit like that. And because it's impossible right now to buy a house. Like if you're buying a house, you're doing something right, or you're just very risky. And so what I'm proposing is that we get a bunch of people in general instead of just buying individual houses where we get groups of friends that are really, really close with each other, where we go in and build, like, get our own little compounds. We all start our own little cults. But then we can take it even further because society doesn't want us anymore. We invented airplanes, we invented computers, we've invented modern medicine. Well, I don't know, whatever. So we've done enough. You know what I mean? People are sick of us. We're kind of like, we got chewed up and spit out, you know? Now, so what we should do is we should just go find some big patch of land in Texas. And then we should just go do what they did in like the 18 whatevers, you know? We'll podcast, we'll hang out, I'll bring the statue of fertility so people can bang. And well, no, I won't bring it because we want more people. So we don't want to do weird inbreeding, so we got to bring enough people. Have you guys ever seen the movie? It's called It's called Midsummer, either Midsummer or Midsummer. It's the most fucked up shit I've seen in a long time, and I think the reason it fucked with me so much was because everything that was happening was during the day, so you weren't expecting a bunch of scary shit to happen. But the frustrating thing about horror movies is every horror movie I watch, it's like, okay, about 5 minutes in, I'll be like, I'm out. I'm good. So maybe, yeah. But anyways, that movie, I've been thinking about it. You know when you see a movie and it just kind of lives rent free in your little brain? That one's been living in my brain. And basically what it's about these 3 or 4 dudes. They befriend some guy from Sweden who says, hey, you should come back to Sweden for the summer. And this girl, the one guy's dating this girl, and she's got a bipolar sister, and she's always freaking out. Like, she's kind of high maintenance in the wrong way, or not even that there is a right way, but she's got a lot of baggage is what I'm trying to say. And if you love somebody, you know, you deal with that. But also these people in the movie are like 22. So they portray the guy as a huge piece of shit, but honestly stuck with her through everything. But anyways, they didn't want her to come on the trip. And then she comes on the trip. And then they go to this compound. And then shit just starts getting weird. It starts getting really culty. It starts getting extremely culty. Like where old people, as soon as they hit 72, they just go and fucking throw themselves off the top of a mountain. And then the woman, of course, because the women have to do everything right, because this is 2020 when the movie was made. But the woman throws herself off the top of the fucking cliff. Did I just say the top of the cliff? The top of the cliff. And of course, she tumbles right down on the rock and splits her wig open, right? Her face looks like just a fucking like melted candy bar of red. And then the guy gets up there after everybody else is like, oh no, don't do that. At least the visitors, you know, all the locals are all for it. They're like, we're excited. We're excited to jump someday. When it's my turn, I will love it. If you're ever in a situation where people are offing themselves and then others are saying they're looking forward to their turn, it's time to get the fuck out. So anyways, then of course the old man gets up there. And he's standing on the ledge, and he does his whole, like, spreads his arms, and he's ready to fall. And of course, he falls and he misses. And he falls on the ground. He's all tweaking around, and all these college kids are watching. And then they just come over with a big hammer and bust his dome open too. And then I don't want to give away the rest of the movie, but it ends with the guy in a bear costume burning to death. So go check that out. Go check it out and get back to me. But I'm still of the mindset that we go just find a big patch of land and just start over. You know what I'm saying? I wonder how long it would take if you just get a bunch of just broy white guys who've only ever learned like accounting. You know, we make fun of blue collar people. What would the world be without blue collar people? Like, you go to college to learn shit that doesn't matter unless you're doing STEM, you know, unless you're doing some sort of engineering, medicine, some shit like that. You're just going to college to become worthless for humanity. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden you get into like finance or business. The fuck is that doing for anybody? You know what I'm saying? A plumber's coming to your house and he's making sure your water works. What would you rather have? Pretend numbers in the bank or water? I guess you can't have the water without the pretend numbers in the bank. And I have a theory that Jeff Bezos is going to get so rich that he's just going to own water. And watch. Someday in 100 years from now, somebody's going to dig this. It's crazy how our great grandkids are going to be able to go on the internet and find traces of us. How cool would that have been if you can go? Because think about how sick it is seeing old pictures of your grandparents or great grandparents. You know, back when they'd stand there, and there'd be some guy with the big cloak over the back of his head, and then the light bulb would explode, and nobody knew what to do. And then eventually, Kodak, the camera company, came around, and they made, photos are fun. They basically wrote white girl eternity, the white girl's way of life of eternity. They just wrote it right there, where some employee at Kodak said that photos are fun, because before, families would just stand there shoulder to shoulder and you would see in their eyes just how they're reminiscing about how their whole family died from like gangrene. And then some Kodak madman came by, some Don Draper, and said, it's making photos is a fun thing. Let's really just spice it up and just really get it going. That's back when that shit worked. There's nothing worse when you work a sales job, and then your trainers or whatever, they're like, oh, you just got to get people going. You just got to have fun. Fuck out of here, dude. When I worked at T-Mobile, it was so uncomfortable when like the big bosses would come in, because then they would want to like shadow a sale, and then they would just be so, and they had no idea what the fuck they're talking about. They'd be so out of. Especially because the company I worked for was like this third party thing, and it was owned by Mormons. So they thought they could just get away with their greasy, clean Mormon thing. Even though Mormons are usually pretty fucking nice, but these are the like dirty Mormons. These are like the dirty Mormons that just want to rip everybody off and then take the money and go buy hats to read golden plates out of and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they would always make me feel super uncomfortable, because they'd want you to like, hi, welcome to T-Mobile. Everybody that walks in, hi. I'm like in the middle of a conversation with this guy. I'm supposed to be like, hi, welcome to T-Mobile. Meanwhile, this fucking idiot's yelling at me because he wants to pay his bill and he's trying to get him. He's like, I've been waiting for 20 minutes to pay my bill. And I go, hey, dude, you ever heard of auto pay? Your bill's the same shit every month. Every month you come in here and you bitch that you gotta wait because people are in here with the actual problems, or they actually want to buy shit because they actually want to get a device in their hand and fuck with it and then buy it. And you're in here bitching about your bill because you don't want to give your credit card information out over the fucking phone. Which it's hilarious to me, old people, where they say, I don't want to give my credit card information out, but they go hand some random crackhead that works at Safeway a check. The check has everything on it. It has your name, it has your signatures, it has your routing number, your banking number. It's got everything. And you're worried about, at least you have to be smart to do something with a credit card. You have to be relatively smart to scam banks and credit cards. But if you can get your hand on somebody's checking, routing shit, I mean, it's all there. I mean, you got to be smart to do both, unfortunately. Why can't these kids that are so talented just put their talents to use? I don't know, dude. It's a shiesty summer. Where are we at? Damn, 18 minutes already? Damn. It's a shiesty summer, yeah. Bucky for your llama. You guys hear Pooh Shiesty is in prison again? Well, I don't know if he's ever been in prison, but I'm sure he's been in prison. It's kind of funny because he kind of looks like Winnie the Pooh. So I wonder if they called him Pooh Shiesty because he just kind of looked like he dips his hand in honey all the time and says, oh, bother. But he's just really shiesty. Like he robbed people and stuff like that. Because that's what it appears to me. But he's dope. He's dope, but Pooh Shiesty, right? Imagine introducing yourself. Hey, my name is Pooh Shiesty. I guess it's bad enough that mine is Lord Petty. And I've explained that a million times, so I'm not going to explain it again. But I don't even think I'm that petty of a person. I should probably change my name. I think one of the reasons my Instagrams have hard time growing as fast as other ones, because let's keep it real, okay? Let's keep it 100% real. I didn't have to say it. But if I had a better name, like, yeah, I can't think of a good name because I just can't, because it's corny. But little niche things are smart, though. They are very smart. I should be doing that. But I want to keep the door open, bro. One day I want to talk about Big 40. I want to talk about Trump coming after big tech. I want to talk about, dudes that struggle with women. And then I want to talk about maybe TV stands that suck ass. It doesn't matter. I want to switch it up every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Breaks my heart when people limit themselves, even though I just see them go. I shouldn't be doing that motion on camera. Somebody's going to screenshot that. Somebody's going to screenshot that and then send it to the fucking lady that looks like she's in the fish tank. Did I already talk about her? I think I already talked about her. I think my brain's on a loop. I went to the old folks home to go visit my grandparents like 2 weeks ago. And like it matters to you guys. It's like 3 weeks and a day. And my grandma has really bad dementia. And I'm not trying to make fun of it. I mean, it's a pretty serious subject for me. But so I get there and I tell them I'm going to be there. I asked them, when are you done eating? I was like, hey, I'm going to come over and bring you guys some movies and we'll watch some movies. And I asked my grandpa, say, hey, when are you guys done eating dinner? He says, 5. Well, let's just make it 5:30. I say, okay, cool. I get there at 5:35. The girl at the desk tells me, oh, yeah, your grandparents just went to dinner. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll wait. So I go and I come back. And now it's like 7 o'clock at this point, right? And I'm kind of irritated because I had shit to do that night. And then, but who's going to be mad at their grandparents, you know? And then we go on the elevator. No, we're downstairs. Oh, yeah. And then I come back and then they're in the movie theater. They're in the like group home movie theater when I came over to watch movies with them in their room. And then so the girl has to go pull them out. And they don't even want to see me at this point. Now they're just fucking annoyed, like they want nothing to do with me. And I say, hey, you guys want to go watch a movie? So we get in the elevator. And then we go up. And like I said, my grandma's got bad dementia. And we get off the elevator. My grandpa's kind of slowly starting. He's always been very, very, very intelligent. Like, yeah. And we get off the elevator and this lady runs up on us and she goes, hi, excuse me. She's obviously older, but it's weird because she looked younger, but she was older, but she had really bad dementia too. And then she goes, hi, excuse me, my room is so cold. Can you, and she had a British accent, my room is so cold. Like the guy didn't want to get on the boat. She's like, probably his grandma. She's like, excuse me, my room is so cold. I don't know how to turn off the AC. Can you do it? And I'm like, And then my grandma's like, okay, I'll show you. And then so my grandma goes, who's this? I go, I don't know. And we're walking. She asked me 3 times, like, who's this? And this lady says, like, everybody's just on a fucking loop, dude. My grandma's asking, who's this lady? Then this lady's going, my air conditioner is too cold. And this was before the weekend, like days before the weekend, where it's supposed to be in the hundreds, which is just dangerous in Washington, especially at an old folks home with people that don't know what their names are. And then her and my grandma start talking, and it was wild. It was wild witnessing that because they were talking about me. Meanwhile, my grandpa was inside and he comes out like, okay, I turned it off. And then he turned this bitch's air conditioner off. So now I'm freaking out because I don't know if she's going to burn Did I just admit to something I shouldn't have admitted that I knew about? If anybody's grandmother died because she overheated at an old folks' home that weekend, I didn't have shit to do it. Neither did my grandparents, okay? But I hope it'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? I wonder what her kids are at. I wonder what she still had a British accent. How do people not lose their British accents after years? You know what I'm saying? And where does it go when they sing? All of a sudden, they go from talking like this to then they sing. And they sound like down south Americans. Anyways, dude. I don't know if I said this yet, but I just wanted to say thank you for those of you that do support this podcast. I do really appreciate it. I talk a lot of dumb shit. I speak out of me arsehole a lot, but I do really appreciate it, especially when I got my page zucked. Those of you that reposted, that sent stuff, Justice for Lord Petty, that meant a lot to me. And there was a lot of people that didn't, a lot of people that I helped out when I was able to help out. And I'll be back. You know what I'm saying? I'll be back. Hopefully this dying helps. I would say you would be seeing this possibly in my Instagram story right now. I say, hey, swipe up for the YouTube video. But it's not there anymore. Fucking bastards, dude. I really hope Big 45 just takes into the cleaner. I really hope. That guy, I'm just gonna say, dude, he hasn't been wrong. I remember I didn't even like him that much. I threw my ballot away in 2016. I was like, dude, I'm not having any part in this shit. But then I remember like when COVID happened, I was at home for 2 weeks and I got into it. I got kind of bored, and then I watched a whole press conference of him. I watched the whole hour of him talking about what he's going to do. And then I watched the news the next day, and they take the little clips at the press conference, and then, you know, I'm saying in my head, I'm saying that's not what he said. And it clicked, and I started watching. And then when he says fake news, he literally means fake news. And it's crazy because celebrities have been talking about the press, about lies and tabloids, and about how much that shit fucking sucks forever. And we, oh yeah, of course there's going to be false stories in the tabloids. But for some reason, when it comes to politicians, we just believe everything. You know, like there's some sacred beings. Like that's the thing, that these are people. And everybody else, these media people, these people in the press, they're all just people too. And everybody's just trying to get clicks, dog. So you can't, they're going to put some nasty shit in the press. And I think the whole thing is collapsing on itself finally. And I'm very happy about it. And I'm almost as happy as I am that you guys joined me today. If I'm not mistaken, we're at 28 minutes. So we're going to call it quits. And please leave a rating if you're listening to this in iTunes, if this episode actually makes it to iTunes, because those bastards won't fix my shit. So anyways, you guys have a great week, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace.